Much for joining us here on Denver 7 News at 5. I'm Jessica Porter.
And I'm Micah Smith. Tonight, a group of disability advocates suing the Regional Transportation District, saying plan changes to a service for people with disabilities violates federal law.
For months, Denver 7 has been tracking proposed cuts to RTD's Access on Demand service. It provides taxpayer-subsidized rides using Uber and Lyft. We first told you in June that RTD proposed fare increases. It said were necessary because the service has exploded in popularity. At the time, I spoke to Erin Daly, who is blind and relies on the Access on Demand service, about what it would mean for her.
A lot of the cuts that they're making are going to make it not only difficult or impossible for a lot of people to maintain employment, it's also going to make it really difficult in cases of medical emergency.
Then in September, Denver 7 followed up after RTD's board of directors approved the fare increases, now set to take effect next month. Now, this new lawsuit is aiming to stop those changes.
Denver 7's Colette Bordelon spoke to advocates behind this lawsuit and shares how they're trying to hold RTD accountable.
It was 1978 when a group now called the Gang of 19 demanded more accessible public transportation in Denver.
We led the country in transportation.
That protest is often credited with the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act more than a decade later.
We're telling RTD that these folks deserve equal treatment under the law.
Something this group of attorneys and disability advocates believe is being violated by changes coming to the Regional Transportation District, known as RTD.
It's constitutionally problematic when the system is balancing its budget on the backs of the people who need access most.
This new federal lawsuit focuses on a service called Access on Demand, a curb-to-curb transit option providing taxis or ride shares to eligible customers with disabilities. The program is not required by federal law, but attorneys call it a lifeline for Coloradans who live with disabilities.
It was just unbelievable that the vote came down that way.
Dawn Russell has cerebral palsy and could not believe it when the RTD Board of Directors voted in late September to increase fares for the Access on Demand program. Starting on January 1st, the plan is to change the Access on Demand service by adding a base fare of $4.50 a ride. There was no fare charged under the current policy.
Would you be able to afford that?
It's expensive to live right now. So to add this on the very top of that, it is going to hurt people.
Attorneys hope to stop that fare increase, among other changes, with this motion they filed asking the courts to grant what's called a preliminary injunction.
Is there any timeline on when that would be heard before a judge?
We're hopeful within the next 2 weeks here.
We reached out to RTD, which tells us they're reviewing the filings, adding that the changes to the growing Access on Demand program ensure its sustainability in 2026. But those behind the lawsuit believe they're fighting in the name of those who came before.
So all the work that we do,
A fight, they say,
is in honor
is for the future
of their work.
Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Going in depth, the planned rate hikes come as RTD faces major financial trouble. Last week, RTD's board of directors approved a $1.5 billion budget for 2026, but it leaves the district in a $228 million deficit. Leadership attributes that gap in funding to higher than expected repair costs, lower tax revenue, and overall fewer riders. The board also discussed potential service cuts that could start as soon as 2027.
Back in August, months before the lawsuit Colette just broke down for us was filed, we talked to RTD stakeholders. This was a part of an episode of our social equity talk show, Real Talk, where we discussed the 35th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And that piece of legislation ties directly to a protest against RTD. Now, during the episode, we heard from a current RTD rider who relies on RTD's Access on Demand program, Jamie Lewis, who uses a wheelchair. He explained the impact of RTD's proposed rate increases at that time for the program.
Right now, you get $25 worth of service. They want to lower that from 25 to 20, and they want to charge $6.50 to board the vehicle. We find that that's not equitable with any other service within RTD, including rail and bus.
During that same episode, we interviewed Gabe Christie, RTD's ADA manager. While we did not ask about the Access on Demand program, we did ask Christie what he would say to RTD customers with disabilities who feel the agency isn't doing enough to remain equitable for them in general.
There are things I can get done, and there are things that will take more time to move forward that might involve other stakeholders. I tell folks all the time, tell me how we can do better. If we were a perfect system, you'd have no need for an ADA manager.
You can watch a full episode right now on denver7.com/realtalk.